Hi everybody, I thought I'd do a really quick video about DayZ versus Sons of the Forest. So, if you play and you enjoy DayZ, whether that be on console or PC, would you like Sons of the Forest? And what are the differences and similarities between the game? Because this is Sons of the Forest. I'm in obviously the winter, which is pretty cool. It looks absolutely amazing. Now, Sons of the Forest will be coming to console in time, but it's not out on console at the moment. It's only early access on PC. And in fact, at the same time, I've got DayZ fired up at one of my favourite views. So maybe we could flick backwards and forwards and kind of see the differences between the two. So, Sons of the Forest is an open world horror survival game that has a strong story element in it as well. So you spawn in, basically you crash in a helicopter as a soldier. Your mission was to search this island to rescue a billionaire, the head of the company you work for, and his family, and then the shenanigans start. You also have rather unusually, you have an AI companion who you can use to do tasks, and he's very good at it, so he can build structures, get you food, get you resources. And there's a lady as well. There she is. This is part of the horror element. Now, she's friendly, but look, she brings you things. Excuse me, she's brought me some berries, which I'll take. Thank you very much. I think she's actually the daughter of the billionaire, and she's been mutated by this rather strange island. There's lots of enemy AI, so there's cannibals and mutated monsters who will come and attack you. However, although that sounds excellent, and it is, let me put our lighter away. That's I'm cold. We do have this GPS. And you can kind of see a fair bit of the island there, but the island is basically a forested island with snow-capped peaks. We haven't got any big towns, we haven't got any villages even, I don't think. There are underground bases, but it doesn't have anywhere near of the variety in terms of environments that DayZ does when it comes to buildings and structures. We do have changes in the weather, as you can see here. We have the seasons, which is very, very nice. And we also have an incredible crafting system that makes it very, very easy to create blueprinted structures, like you can see here, but also you can create custom structures as well, where you just kind of free build like you could in something like Rust and Icarus. Something that you absolutely you can't do in DayZ. You can't just put down, like, make something up from a group of elements. So for example, let me get my crafting book out and I'll show you. Here we go. So all of these things, if we go to bases, actually all of these things are blueprints that I can put down, a bit like the shelter kits in DayZ. It's a bit like the kits in DayZ, and then you fill them up with resources, so logs and planks and rope and stuff like that, and you will build the things. You can also get your AI companion to do it, but you also have freeform, the ability to build things freeform. So you can just go through and just create walls, create ramps, all that sort of stuff, which is very exciting. So that's very, very powerful indeed. This game is also only single player or cooperative multiplayer. This isn't massive multiplayer like DayZ. You're not loading into a server with 60 to 100 other people where you're going to have those interactions where you don't know who's who, and all that sort of stuff. It's definitely more of a story, I think, sort of a single player or a small group situation where you're trying to figure out what's going on, how to survive, and work your way through the storyline in this amazing environment with the survival mechanics of having to eat, having to drink, having to stay warm, having to find weapons and craft all this sort of stuff. I remember as well, in this game you do spawn in with a lot of good stuff. You spawn in with the likes of a GPS, you have an axe, you have some flares, you have a little bit of food, a little bit of medicine, and then you can find other stuff as you're going around. As you can see by these pictures, it's very, very nicely polished. It does look very, very good indeed. So I think if you enjoy DayZ, you're going to enjoy this as a more lightweight survival experience, if that's the thing. But one of the really cool things about this game is that you can customize the difficulty level. So you can customize, how fast does your character run out of food? How aggressive are the enemies? Are they friendly? How cold does it get? How long are the nights? You can all do that within game, so you can really customize the feel of the game to exactly how you want it, in a way that you can in DayZ with custom servers, but you can't really do it single player. Also, if you want to play single player DayZ, you've either got to run a local server on PC, or you've got to on Xbox have hire or PlayStation hire a server. So with DayZ, obviously, what we have is this much bigger map that is based on real life locations, that has things like towns, has cities, and is much more of a simulator. I would say that Sons of the Forest is more akin, and one of the chaps said it in my comment section, actually, below one of my YouTube videos, was Sons of the Forest is more akin to Rust. So if you had DayZ at one end of a why am I bent over like that? If you had DayZ at one end of a spectrum and you had Rust at the other, Rust being a arcade-like survival game, you'd probably find Sons of the Forest would be 3/4 of the way towards DayZ. It's nowhere near as immersive as DayZ, because with DayZ, I don't think anybody will do and has ever done a map like Chernarus. The fact that it is so realistic in terms of that the ups and the downs and the roads and the places where you go to visit. But that doesn't mean you won't like Sons of the Forest. And similarly, if you like Sons of the Forest, you should absolutely have a go at DayZ. But even when you just look at the inventory, you can kind of see how much polish is on Sons of the Forest, and how much polish it would be really nice to actually get into DayZ, and how really nice it would be to have an improved building and improved crafting system. So, going back to Sons of the Forest then, this rather cold. Oh yeah, you enjoyed that seat. Oh, you're sitting down as well. They do like a sit down, you NPC friends. Sons of the Forest I've had a lot of fun with it, and I've really enjoyed building stuff and playing around with the NPC characters, playing it in peaceful mode, so I'm not getting attacked by any baddies, and just soaking in the atmosphere. And I'm really looking forward to playing a lot more of this game, following the storyline through. And then after the storyline's done, what I understand is you can choose to leave the island if you want, or you can choose to stay and carry on surviving with the friends that you meet. I'm looking forward to doing that. So, in summary then, if you like DayZ, you'll definitely like Sons of the Forest. If you like Sons of the Forest, you'll definitely like DayZ. Similar games, Sons of the Forest being a horror survival game, open world, really single player or small multiplayer co-op, with the storyline, where obviously DayZ is a massive multiplayer, open world zombie survival game with no rules, no story, and is quite unique in that regard. So, anyway, that's enough from me. What do you think? Put your questions and comments down below. My character actually needs to go to bed. He's getting very, very tired. And I will, of course, see you again soon.